Here it is for you guys. Enjoy.
Welcome to We the Thunder, your favorite and probably only Monday night Tampa Bay Lightning podcast. I am here with the Stash.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
And the Professor. It's official now because it's in his little name tag that he is taking you to school.
It's been parenthesized
about that Lightning slow start.
That's right.
School, he's going to take you to school.
Parenthesized was right. Parenthesized. Anyways.
Yes.
Officialized.
Doesn't
immortalized.
have the cool arrow like I do. I'll have to teach you how to do that. But hey, actually, since we're talking about, well, we're not really talking about Twitter, but we are now. Breaking news. I got back my Twitter account that I was banned for 2 years on.
What?
Somehow, some way, at Shooty Shoots lives.
Wow. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, it must be Elon Musk that turned me back on. But after 2 years of no Twitter, they decided to reinstate my permanent ban. Not so permanent now on Twitter. Anyway, I'll still be in charge of @We the Thunder Pod, but I will complain about airlines and whatnot on my real account.
Your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, so yeah, some breaking news to kick off the show. All right, so what are we gonna do this week? We've got 3 games to talk about. We've got a jersey to give away. We're gonna do that around 9:30. We've got a new Tampa Bay Lightning jersey to talk about, and we're actually gonna grade the second half of this podcast all of the NHL Reverse Retro jerseys. So stay tuned for that. But if you're here for the drawing, Monkey Cold Coffee Company kindly is going to be sponsoring this giveaway to give away a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey. And we're going to do that at 9:30. So stick around if you're waiting for the results on that. Hey, while you're waiting, hit the like button or the share button, one or the other, as the kitty says. All right, so this week, Lightning went 2-1. Start us off at the home opener. Thomas Schooley, the Professor, you were the only one at the home opener. What was the vibe? Was the excitement in the air?
It was actually kind of bland.
And about every game. Stanley Cup final game 3. It's actually kind of boring.
And I saw it all over Twitter. I saw, a lot of people complaining there was no big fanfare this year. And, there was Greg Wolf seemed to be the one that defend really the team for this because he tends to be the spokesman on Twitter regarding that kind of stuff. And he said, after the team has won 2 Stanley Cups and then fall short the third year, there really isn't much more for the team. But really, I think opening night is a lot about the fans.
Yeah, fans.
Yeah, I think opening night is totally about the fans, and that bringing them back. You have so many people that is their first game, and I can tell you there was tons of people there that it was their first game, and you could tell because they were deer in headlights and trying to walk in the stands while puck is in play, and Stash would have lost his ever-loving mind. And,
I know better to go this early in the season.
Yeah, but it was just boring. I mean, they opened up 90 minutes in advance for nothing. There was no reason for us to get in that early in the game. You just sat there, and they didn't really have anything for the fans that night. It wasn't great.
The game wasn't that great either.
You didn't like the tote bags?
Yeah, they got a bag.
Yeah, but I don't think they meet the dimensions that you're allowed to even bring them back in after today. After that night.
Of course.
The irony.
Yeah.
All right, so about that game, though, jumped out to a 2-0 lead on opening night, only to give up 3 goals in a row to lose to the red-hot Philadelphia Flyers. Torts came in and did it again, this time on opening night.
Yeah. It was
another team.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, when you talk about the fact that they got out 2 power play goals, both by Stammer. who
remains on fire.
Remains on fire. Torrid pace, as we
Didn't
like
score
to use in this
Saturday,
league.
but he's not going to score every game of the season.
Even if he averages a point a game, he's not going to get a point in every game. So right. But yeah, he came out. Power play looked good, but again, special teams overall wasn't great for them. 5-on-5 play was terrible, and it looked like they didn't really have any gel in their game yet. They still looked like they were trying to figure out who they were on the ice with, where they should be, and Kucherov, or not Kucherov, Sergachev continues for me to be playing in his head and not playing with his skill and his instinct and just letting the game come to him. He's still in his head.
I think you give credit to both Chernak and Sergachev on the puck they coughed up to give Philly the lead there with what was it, like 6 minutes left, something like that.
And Maroon had a really bad play in that game too. Really bad turnover that led to a goal as well on the half board, which he usually doesn't do. But that also at that point they still had that. Coop still had that third and fourth line kind of mixed up, and he had Perry on that third line still. So I thought that really affected those guys. It really affected, the fourth line wasn't nearly as effective without Perry on that line. And it just they didn't feel in that game like they were really out there trying to win. So it wasn't as much effort either. It wasn't just that they were kind of out of sorts and not comfortable with each other yet. There's still the effort was a little low too, I think.
I really think and now it looks like maybe they're easing into what kind of lines they're going to have for this team. And we talked about that on last show, that I don't think they knew the identity of this team. The home opener was Ian Cole's debut for the team. He was kind of lackluster that day, but he has done some. I mean, Perblix, that kid, I don't think goes down even when Bogo comes back if he keeps continuing to play like he's playing.
It's a tough cookie.
Yeah, and anybody from Syracuse has said that they have been waiting for him to be, and that's kind of like what Sergachev did his first year. He came into the season out of Windsor and then never went back. So I'm wondering if this is going to be Perbix's chance to be able to stay with the team, because he's really looked impressive since, especially down in Florida.
Right. So if you want to start bringing up Perbix, let's go ahead and talking about that overtime win in
Hold
Florida.
on. One more comment about the Philly game that Thomas doesn't even know about because he was at the game. You might have recalled this. It was on ESPN. Mm-hmm. There was a segment where they called it the Rush. And during the segment, they actually just let you listen to the game. The commentators shut up for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was the best 2 minutes of the game. It was the best 2 minutes of the game. It was awesome.
It was.
It was like the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully
it was just ice and sticks and pucks. And you could hear the guys, yelling at each other. And
I'd like to see that like maybe be a 5-minute segment. Or maybe the whole second period,
or at least like 2 minutes per period, at least, or do it like one point per period, or you know what I mean, for a certain amount of time.
Something you guys haven't seen, I don't know, I haven't seen if they had released it on Twitter or not. That they've been playing in the arena is these games that they've been playing between the players. So if anybody was at the game home opener, it was Bogo versus Maroon play-in. What's that? Who's that? Or what's up? Or something. It's, where you have all those people's faces and you have to say, do you have a Canadian? Guess who? That's it is. They're playing Guess Who. And Maroon actually picks Bogosian. And Bogosian has already put himself down. And he's like, I have nobody left. And Bogo's like, wait a minute. Was it me? And he's like, yes, you idiot. But I think that really shows what kind of friendships this team has and how much they get along, because Maroon and Bogo, you can tell they have a great relationship. And then let's talk about Coburn being back as the analyst on the radio. And when he just did Doc Talk, who knew he was good friends with all the people he's still close with? It shows what kind of team that this is, that they're all great friends on and off the ice and do so much together.
Yeah, actually recorded Coburn. I was in my truck for part of one of the games, and he had this question that he was answering. I recorded it. I didn't post it anywhere, but I should, because he actually does a really good job on the radio for a new guy doing it.
It's good to have him back in the area, you know. And to your point, Thomas, it's like watching the first episode of Recharge this season. You know, they talk about that a lot and how it's the closeness, and then that's part of what makes this team what it is, and the pace that they have and the mentality when they come to the ice. 'Cause it's not just on the ice, it's off the ice. And it's like, you know, Hedman and Stamkos. I mean, you know what I mean? Those guys have played pretty much all of their hockey together. They're best friends. They came in as kids. Now they have families together, married with kids, and they're still playing great hockey. And I think that's why this team still has plenty of life in it, because those guys do, and the relationships. Like McDonough left, and that's unfortunate, but you see Maroon still has like you're saying, he still has great relationships with other guys, and Bogo's going to be right there. So I really like hearing those stories, like you're saying, and just seeing that, because we know that that's already what these guys are. They're like a family, you know. So I think that makes a big difference. And speaking of Perbix, getting back to that guy, what a great game he had, especially I think against Florida down there in the first game of the back-to-back over the weekend. Overtime game, back and forth, really. That they had the Star Watch on ESPN Plus. I don't know, you know, everyone's complaining because that's the only way to watch that game. But I thought the Star Watch was pretty cool. I thought they showed up. It was really nice that they featured Tkachuk and Stamkos. That both of them had goals and multiple point games. And Perbix put Tkachuk on his ass, which was nice. And then Tkachuk ended up having that really terrible play in overtime that led to the power play for us and the game winner. So welcome to the rivalry, Tkachuk. Thanks for so long, and thanks for the extra point, you know.
And I think it's going to lead to an ass whooping the next time we play.
Next time they play, I was going to say, next time they play, it's on, because they didn't get a chance to really make up for it after that. Except
they didn't get no chance to answer that because he was in the box. So I have a feeling he's going to have to pay for that the next game.
Oh yeah. This isn't one of those teams. That's funny. I was actually reading an article earlier from out of Montreal about St. Louis and how he's kind of changing the game, and they have that one rookie that's already come in and scored, and he already had a fight and beat the hell out of that dude the other night. So they're trying to change their mentality. And I remember specifically, you know, I don't know, we were doing this show earlier. It was like the earlier iteration, but we were talking about how this team needed to be grittier and had to be able to go fight and go do that thing. And I mean, Perry in that fight was just amazing. That was Saturday night though, right? But you know, those are the things that you look to see this team. They're finally starting to get their skates underneath them. I think in the first period, definitely, I think they were still getting out skated 5-on-5 against Florida. They still weren't really gelling. They didn't spend a lot of offensive time in the zone. It was the chip and chase, and then they would be dispossessed, and then they were playing backwards again and playing defense. But as that game went on, I really feel like that's how they started getting their legs underneath them, and their 5-on-5 looked really good towards the end of that game.
Yeah, for me, that was my last of my 3 important games that we picked at the beginning of the season. I said, you know, the home opener, I said that Florida game, and then I said the season opener in New York. And I thought between those 3 games, you were going to see what this team learned and if they're going to continue forward. And I really thought that Florida game really showed. I think that's when the light switch clicked on for this team and realized, hey, we can actually play with each other. I think they started believing more in each other. They started believing more in the defense. Here, we thought they were going to have to score 5 or 6 goals, which they have they did on Saturday night to be able to win. But still, I think they now have some trust in that defense where I don't think it was to begin with, knowing that they had lost McDonough with Bogo hurt, no Ruda. Ruda scoring twice for Pittsburgh, by the way, already. But yeah, there was that big question. I think everybody had it, and I think that team had it themselves about what the defense was going to look like this season. And I think now they have some trust in that. I mean, you saw they were hanging Moose out just as much as they've been hanging Bassey out, and Moose has answered the call. And good job for Moose on, I mean, literally he's going to play 3 games in the first 2 weeks of the season from 3 of these back-to-backs, because he'll get one on this California trip coming up now.
Yeah.
Probably Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, the Lightning prevail in Sunrise. They complete the comeback and win in overtime, 2 goals. And I will say I was at the game thanks to Steve. I think I saw him in the chat earlier. Thank you, Steve. I did notice there was one player separating himself from everyone else on the ice on Saturday, and it was definitely Braden Point. Had 1 goal, but he was just all over the place on Saturday, and I guess you could say the same thing on Friday. But yeah, the Lightning win on Saturday, 5-3. It was the Halloween themed everything because we don't have any more games this month. That was it. So they did a really great job, as always, with all the Halloween theming and all that kind of stuff that they do. Thunderbug was very frightening with his kind of like clown costume.
Clown vampire.
He did his vampire thing too. I think he does that every year though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking about that today because I was like, man, I've seen that a couple of times, and I was thinking, well, how would they? It ain't like they can just throw on a regular wig or a regular T-shirt on him or something in costume. Yeah. So I think it's a whole another Thunderbug costume that they literally can only pull out for 1 game a year and throw it on there. I don't think it's like Mr. Potato Head and you just add the attachments.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised for having only like 1 game really leading up to Halloween. They did a lot of stuff. With the with the in arena and of course always very good. So I think the best thing that happened on Saturday night was a man named Alex Killorn and a little fella named Hagel scored. Yep. So 2 guys we've been waiting to deliver, especially Killer. It's been, I don't remember the last time he scored. It must have been April. Mid-April. Are you sure it was even 21st. April? It might have been March.
April 21st.
You've been counting the days.
He has it tattooed on him.
No, I mean, they talked. I watched the games and they talked about it, so I remember. Yeah. But I mean, it was a great goal. That's the kind of goal they needed to, because that they came back and scored and came within 1 goal there. And I like the way that goal was scored. I like the fact that it was Killer that scored there. But I mean, the biggest takeaway from these 3 games is their face-off percentage is up again. They won in the face-off circle all 3 of these games. And 5-on-5, finally, I thought they looked the best that they have so far this season against the Islanders. 5-on-5, they had all 5 of their goals were even strength 5-on-5 goals. And yeah, that last goal was, I really like. That's typical Lightning hockey, and they had the 2 guys kind of crash in the net, put the puck on net. It was loose. Killer comes up, cleans the garbage. And as we were talking about before the show, Ingblom said it on the broadcast. That's probably about as hard as Corn's ever shot a puck. And he himself confirmed in the post game, yes, I shot that puck as hard as I possibly could. Shot. Yes. I
have some awesome video on that. If you follow me on, I think I posted it on Twitter too, with the Thunder Pod. Thanks again to Steve. Those seats. Steve's the first one that knows if the Lightning score.
Yeah.
As long as it's the first or third period.
Yeah.
Because he's right there on that red line. Like you are the first person that sees that puck go in the net. So I got some great video of Killer's goal there.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. It was great that it was Halloween, because I think Hagel was doing his best Braden Point impersonation. Like he had dressed up as Pointer for the night for the Halloween. I was like the 2 twins. And they had asked him in the post-game interview about how it felt being with 86 and 21 on that line. And Coop even talked about it, how that technically, if you look at the analytics, he should score more here than he did Chicago. But him playing in between 2 superstars, I mean, he was between Kane and Taves. And as much as we don't like them in Chicago, that's their line right there. So to be in the middle of your 2 superstars over in Chicago, and he was scoring so good, now he finally comes here and gets in between, I would say, 2 future Hall of Famers and Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov, and you see he's scoring. I think he's got a lot of confidence, and I think we're going to have a lot of more goals coming his way this season.
It'll be interesting because, he had the post-game interview after that game, and he was really more talking about, like, just kind of letting Point and Kucherov do their thing. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets that mentality of, like, okay, I can't just let those guys do it all. I have to actually be active and use my skills and not just facilitate theirs. But the longer he plays on that line, the more likely it's going to happen. And I think even when Cirelli comes back, I would imagine that would still stay your top line, it's all good things to see both Killer and Hagel get those goals, 5-on-5 goals, big for this team, and resiliency too. The Islanders team, they're playing a good physical game. They were pretty fast, and we talked about before how slow the Lightning looked, and they looked faster and faster the last couple games as well. And and Paul, right? Paul also scored with point 2. Serena, thanks for reminding us in the chat. The big Nick energy with 0.2 or 0.1, 1/10 of a second, 0.01 seconds left in the second period, which was a huge goal in that game, really, too.
I was in line to get my ice cream, and I was like, I thought the period was over, and I was like, who scored?
Yeah, that was an amazing goal. And there was a big hit right before that, too. A big open ice hit just 10 seconds right before that. So huge change of momentum. The Lightning were good at the end of periods because, they scored that goal. And then at the end of the first, they had a face-off with like 1.5 seconds left. And they had a power play, so they, loaded up got 6 guys there, got Stamkos the puck on a face-off win by Paul, and he just missed the net. Yeah. And that was the only play you had there, is get it directly to Stamkos and have him fire it, and they almost pulled it off. So yeah, they were looking a little bit better, and I think the goals scored by the Islanders were kind of cheeky goals. One Elliott thought he had covered up. The first one was just kind of wide open. Guys left alone in the middle.
Yeah.
So overall, good enough to win, and that's what we need Elliott to be able to do in those back-to-back scenarios. And we got another one coming up this week.
Ridiculous.
Kings tomorrow night, 10:30. Drink your afternoon espressos, folks, because it is that week already. We got the Kings tomorrow, 10:30. We got the Ducks at 10 the following night. I'm assuming Vasi's going to get the call in L.A., and Elliott's going to get the call in Anaheim.
So I saw April Tremble here. She's one of the people that usually go to the airport also. And the other day when they flew back, we had a talk with Nigel, and we asked Nigel if he was excited to get the California trip out of the way, and he's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, if we do it now, then we don't have to do it later, but we're gonna have Arizona, we're gonna have Colorado, we're gonna have Texas, we're gonna still be doing they just want to be home now. He said he used to, when he first started with the team, he hated being home. He loved away games. He said, but now it's like they are packing every other day, and we're like, well, you are having to pack every other day right now and be gone.
Sucks.
They just want home games. So next month, I think
they'll get it.
We'll really see a bigger, better team because they have
only 4 road games
time at home. Yeah,
we only have 4 road games in November.
Yep.
So that's not many.
So yeah, then they round out the week in San Jose in the matinee, 4:30 our time, locally in California, 1:30. So yeah, set your alarms for that.
Yeah, and really, as well. I know it's a back-to-back, but I'd really like to see the team go out there and win all 3 of those games. All 3 of those. The Kings are a pretty good team right now, but all 3 of those games are winnable. San Jose is a dumpster fire, so you need to do that. So, yeah.
If they come back 3-0 from that trip, you got to say that this month has been an overwhelming success.
Especially I think they need a point.
Yeah.
I think they at least need a point. I would say 5 points would make them happy. Even if it's not the 3 wins, I think they get 5 points out of this road trip. They'll be happy.
Carolina wasn't just out there, right? They were in Western Canada, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see how.
Well, they just played Calgary.
They did.
I was
No, they
watching that
did
game and I
Sharks,
walked away during the
Kraken, Oilers, Flames. So they had the trip out there, but it wasn't the same teams. They
It was
beat
the
Sharks
West.
2-0.
It was the West Coast trip. This is like the Midwest. Well, no, that's right. It is. This is the California trip.
This is like the South.
So there's like the
Coast.
Northwest trip, then there's the California trip, and then there's like the Midwest trip. So,
it's 9:30. What do you say we give away a jersey on behalf of our good friends at Monkey Cold Coffee? If you haven't heard about Monkey Cold Coffee, Thomas Schooley's going to tell you all about it.
He says that because he hasn't sent us the.
Monkey Cold Coffee. Now, this is a company. These specifically specialty grade beans. They're all rated over at least mid 80s or higher.
The best.
They don't have to cover up poor quality beans with overly manufactured flavors.
You don't want bitter
additives.
bean face when you're drinking your coffee.
And this is really what allows them to get their best custom flavors, right? The best thing I like about these guys is that the relationship with the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. They make a donation every time a bag of coffee will be sold. And the thing about that is that the NPCR or NPCF is consistently rated one of the highest charities in the country, with 90 cents of every dollar donated going directly towards research or support of children and their families that are in need of help and medical care for their cancer. So that's why we're really happy to pair up with these guys. And it just so happens we've all had a taste of their sample coffees, which is coming out very soon. I know we're all waiting less patiently with each week, but we're waiting. The first one is a beautiful bourbon chocolate chip. It's delicious, depending on, your palate. It's going to be amazing no matter what, but there's different subtleties that everybody's palate a little bit differently. Some people say chocolate brownie. I actually get a little more maple in it for me out of the bourbon, a little more oakiness, but it's delicious. I love that. I've been trying just to conserve it. I have one pod's worth left myself, and they're also looking hopefully to be bringing out a toasted coconut rum and a peanut butter caramel crunch as well as that bourbon chocolate chip. So great things from those guys. Matt, great guy there with bourbon with the Monkey Cold Coffee. And so what do you say, Shooty? Give away that.
If you were smart enough to listen to this show or pay attention to anything we posted over the last week and a half, you are in this drawing, and you are one of almost 200 people. So I've got a list here. I'm not going to show that on the screen because I don't want to give away everyone's email addresses. And by the way, by signing up there, you're going to know exactly when that coffee will be available to purchase. That's right. So if you didn't sign up, go sign up right now. But you're too late for the drawing. Sorry.
And if you haven't been over there, monkeycoldcoffee.com also to check out their cool merch. I unfortunately didn't transfer to my drink like I should, like a good promotional whore I should be. I forgot to change my cups, but I have a great tumbler. They have great coffee cups, t-shirts, and the like. All stuff you can do to just patiently, or as I say, more and more impatiently wait for the coffee to drop. Without further ado, Shooter, I do.
Let's give away a jersey. All right. So what we do is we have a random number generator. Everyone has a number assigned to them. You don't know what that number is. It's on a spreadsheet that you're not going to see, but I can tell you right here, the winner of that jersey is number 100.
Ooh.
So let me do some quick mathematics. Actually, there's no mathematics required at all to do this. Let's go find person number 100, and that is Patricia. No last name here with the AOL email address. So Patricia, we will reach out to you. Hopefully you're listening to this, but either way, you're going to get an email from us and you'll have 72 hours to claim that jersey. Hey, everyone else, thanks for playing. Hopefully we'll be able to do another one or something like this in the future. But of course, thanks to Matt and Monkey Colt. Love you guys. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Patricia. All right.
Patricia.
Once again, keeping in the theme of us giving away great shit on this show. Except for speakers. We never give away speakers.
Speaking, yeah, we're not giving away speakers anymore. The professor can't handle it. Speaking about
Hey,
jerseys,
we can't listen, Mike. In the comment, he says it sounds like Patricia's in bed this time of night. I'm assuming he means based on her AOL account.
Hey,
Hey,
I have AOL.
I was just gonna say
how do you
I
think
don't,
Thomas
but I still
logged
have
in?
a really old. I still have a really old Yahoo account that would technically be from the age of AOL. So I still have.
I got so embarrassed. I got Gmailed Shane because, and was made to get a Gmail because people were making fun of my AOL. And what is AOL?
That's funny. If you don't know AIM, then yeah,
That's the OG internet kind of stuff.
That's right. Facebook Messenger ain't got shit on the arrows and upside down emoticons.
I gotta say, secretly inside, I wanted this team to go 1-81 this year because the one game they had won before this past weekend was my birthday, and for me, that was for my birthday. So I was like, "All right, we got the one win. That's all that mattered." Hey, and thank you to Top Golf, real quick, and everybody that reached out and said happy birthday to me. We went to Top Golf. Some of the friends took me to Top Golf. Stephanie, who we occasionally see on here, my best friend Corey and stuff, and they put the game on out in the big jumbotron that was out in the middle of the drive range for us. So
did the other jumbotron just say, "We love you, Thomas School"?
Welcome, Thomas. It said, sorry, but
did they allow anyone else to play at Top Golf while you were there, or was all the other bays shut down?
No, we allowed it.
The professor's here. The professor's here.
Right.
They're the area.
Hear ye. The professors. Yeah. No, it's great. And that was another good thing about the home opener. The only good thing about the home opener was seeing the celebrities who were at the game and seeing the people that were coming out and supporting the team. I saw Bo there. They had Darren Pupa there. April or someone remind me, other players. They had some of the old players, and apparently that's going to be a theme throughout this 30th year. Is going to be that they're going to be bringing back players that from old time. So it's really cool to see these blast from the past players that are going to be at the arena this year. And the side over there where it used to be secret side that we always went in is now called Publix Plaza. That's something new this year. And I don't know if you guys follow Paul Driscoll on Twitter. But as of today, they put some fence in there, 2 separate places where fences, and it's got Publix and Tampa Bay Lightning branding on it and says coming soon. So they're adding to something over there. There's been a lot of speculation whether it's going to be that's where statues are going to go. If they're going to put a Publix sub place there. I mean, literally, he asked what people are thinking. Good thing is he lives right there and gets a great view unless they put a tent over the top of it. So hopefully we'll see the progress of what that is being. That's really nobody new. Brian Bradley, he's there every year. So it's great that they're actually doing some things out there, and I hope throughout the season they do more and more with the fans.
They will.
Mm-hmm. I'm still really disappointed about the October 1st thing that got canceled.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw Mandingo in here. They sent all season ticket members this little envelope saying, "Thanks for being a season ticket member. Here's your 30th anniversary magnet." And it's the same magnet that they gave on top of the magnet schedules on the last preseason game and home opener. Like literally all they did was peeled off the magnet and sent it to us. So it was nothing special for STMs. So all those people that always say the STMs get all the good crap, we don't. We used to back when they needed STMs. Now they don't anymore. No. So.
All right. Are we ready to talk about the latest fashion trends in Tampa Bay? There she is. The speculation is over. I guess we all kind of knew the whole time what it was going to be, right?
Yeah.
But here it is. And we're going to do grades. We're going to grade them all. But let's start with yours truly, the RR Reverse Retro 2.0s. We've got basically the away version of the original third jersey, the Storm jersey. So it's got the same gray shoulder pads, got the retro chest logo. You got the waves. This time they're blue. You still got that crazy lightning bolt sleeve pattern. You got what I call the fuzzy, hairy numbers and the rain. So what do you guys think?
Sucked.
Yeah. I mean, somebody mentioned that they really like the collar. I agree. I like the gray shoulders, the collar, the blue water. That's all great. And from the back, I like it, but I think we were already talking about this before yesterday or whatever. I don't understand why they made it white. And then we talked about this last weekend. I hate, even though I have that, original, I hate this logo. I hate the shield with that really weird looking lightning bolt, and it's just big and chunky. This one huge patch. I've just never been a fan of that. So
you don't like the original logo?
I mean, I don't know. The lightning bolt, I mean, I don't know. I'm not being I just feel like they've done so much more since then. It's come a long way. Let's just put it that way. Not that the current one is my favorite either, but I'm saying. What do you guys think about it?
Thomas says it sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. I thought.
Did you like the Storm jersey though? You like?
I wasn't a big fan of it, but I really thought that they maybe if it was more of a gray background rather than the white base, even black, and then it popped out some other things. I know we showed it to somebody at the airport that was with the team, and their face was just as hideous as ours was. They were not a fan of it. They had not seen it because they were in the air when it was released. And so we showed it to somebody, and they were not a fan of this.
Yeah.
I like this version so much better.
Yeah, I do too.
But
I don't
I
understand.
guess they wanted to stick with the gray shoulders, I think, is the only thing I can think of, because it's from the original. They literally just changed this part, the center part.
Yep.
As far as colors go.
So
it is what it is. I think most Lightning fans are in favor. Most Lightning fans like
overall.
it. Did a poll on Twitter. Everyone seems to be pretty okay with the jerseys, and they sold out. So even if you don't like it, you are in the minority.
Yep.
I think even the Lightning knew how bad it was going to be. Like, I think that's the whole thing, right? The Lightning's one of the first tweets was so bad, it's good.
Yeah.
We don't know how many they had for that pre-sale, though. They could have had 5, and we sold out. But
92.
Yeah, the other thing is they're going to do an STM where it looks like they're going to open the store at midnight for STMs to go down some days and then buy it. They still haven't sent us exactly what it's going to be, but it looks like they're going to have special shopping days for STMs to go down and order it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys get no benefits, so.
No.
You get nothing.
Drive down at midnight. You're right. No.
It's really at midnight?
Yeah. I think it says like at 12:01 or something, they're going to open the doors for STMs to go in.
So we'll start it off because we're going to grade the other ones A through F. What do you give the Bolts?
C.
D.
I give them a C. ESPN,
I'll give him a C plus. I'll give him a C plus.
Rated a blast.
Yeah, but Wisniewski, what does Wisniewski know? I mean, come on. But I would give him a C plus. Really, just because they're sticking to tradition. It's like, hey, we actually have a franchise that has enough of a history that we can go back and make multiple reverse retros, right? So that's awesome. Unlike some other teams that have to like steal
just make up shit.
Other logos or sweaters or make up stuff, which we'll get to obviously as we're going to break down the rest of the league. But yeah, I'll give him a C plus. C plus.
Yeah, I think they missed a mark on some of these. I think some of them they hit it, but I think Adidas really tried too hard on the last retro ones because I don't think they thought they were going to do another retro jersey. So I think that they really went hard on those first retro jerseys, and then when they decided to do the second one, it's like, oh crap, now what can we do? But I think they missed the mark on some of them. And then on top of it, remember, no black jerseys this season.
Yeah.
So these retros are going to take place of those black jerseys.
Which I think is cool because I didn't think they were the last year's enough. Which of course I didn't get. Which I'm actually always disappointed that I slept on those sweaters last year. But
the black,
then I wouldn't have had
reverse retros.
Yeah. But anyways,
6 dates for reverse retros, mostly on Thursday nights. So November 1st next week.
Let's run down these other teams then.
So go check them out in person. I think it's cool. I think at least we have some sort of history to fall back on. But I also think it was a great opportunity to just go outside the box and just make something new, like some of the newer teams did. But I don't know. We knew it was coming. Most of the people in the chat, not huge fans. There's a B-. I'm surprised. Twitter was pretty leaning heavily towards they liked it.
Yeah.
On our poll, which got a lot of votes. So, all right. Well, hey, vote along with us. You can play this game with us too, and don't forget we have the Shooter Weekly Challenge before we wrap up. So don't go anywhere. All right, we're gonna try to go through this fast. I know you guys don't believe in getting through segments quickly.
Brevity.
We're gonna try to just grade these because there's 32 of them, right?
Well,
yes. Well, 31 now besides ours.
One down. All right, let's take a look in alphabetical order. And there she is. There is Helene in the Anaheim Ducks jersey. Maybe we see this one on Wednesday.
I like it. I give that.
I like it too.
Yeah, that's a B+ for me.
Throwback to their original Mighty Ducks jersey, except they went with their new colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so B.
B+.
I'll go B too. So 2 B's and a B+ for the Ducks. Phoenix went with the desert tones and the cacti with the crazy wolf on front.
Yeah. I think it's a lot going on, but I kind of like it for Arizona. Yeah. I mean, when you're at the Aztec, the arena that they have with 5,500 people in it, I think that actually goes well for that.
If everyone wears one of these jerseys at that small arena, you're actually going to feel like you were in the desert. You might get lost except for the big sheet of ice.
You're going to need water and everything else. I give this a B too. I think for the team itself, I wouldn't wear this thing, but I think for Arizona, I think it's a nice little montage for Arizona.
Yeah, I think it's nice. It's cultural. I mean, you got the Kachina wolf head or coyote head. Sorry, the Kachina coyote, the vista view there, if you will, with the cacti, and then I think this is nice. It's another B here for me because the colors. I feel like I understand what they were doing, but I still feel like they kind of
stylish. They wanted to keep it kind of that same
I get it.
Color tone.
Still,
I'm gonna give it a C. You know why? I wanted to see they had a third jersey that highlighted this like half moon thing. And that's what I was kind of hoping for. So I'll get a C. I kind of like what they tried to make it kind of, I don't know, stylish.
Yeah.
The Boston Bruins, take your allegiances aside. I give this one a B.
I give it it's a B+. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's a B+ for me.
This was actually one of my favorites. I thought it was a great montage for their old history. Because a lot of people are like, what is even a Bruin? And they've always had this bear as their symbol. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, I like how they kind of like, it's not just a line here. It's, chopped up.
Yeah.
Kind of. And what they did is what we did too. And a bunch of other teams we'll see went with the white. They wanted a white. So there you go. Because I think the original jersey of this was the third jersey that was yellow, if I remember correctly. So there we go. Bruins. Buffalo, the hottest team in the Atlantic. feels like. Went back to the old goat's head. We were talking to someone last night about this jersey. I was telling him I wanted to see the slug again.
Yeah.
From the
I think the color scheme is great on it. I like it. A little too plain, but I think the color scheme is all right, and I like how the yellow accents the head there. So I give it a C.
Yeah. I give this a C- just because I'm tired of people trying to fucking tell me that's a goat head.
Well, that's what they call it.
It's not a goat. That's a fucking buffalo.
Buffalo.
And then the other one's the slug.
Buffalo.
The one that was the
Exactly.
slug.
And the other one's a slug. It's got that weird thing. Yeah. So I give this a C-. And that's also Chris in the chat saying they could have done so much more, and I totally agree. They could do so much more.
If Blockbuster Video was going to have its own color scheme jersey, it would be this with a "Be Kind" rewind message
on the back.
Cover. So I'm going to give it a B.
Oh, good stuff.
Calgary. This one I am furious about because this crisscross applesauce drives me nuts.
Fuck yeah.
And why wouldn't you bring back the freaking dragon?
Yeah.
Come on. Yep. I give it an F.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. I thought of safety patrol. For those older people, I thought it looked like your little safety patrol belt,
or
you can now cross the street.
Or it's like that martial arts that's got like the sash for the belt, instead of like a traditional cotton woven belt. They've got like the red sash, and they use the fucking long pole weapons.
But it stops right here.
I know, which is weird though. Like it looks like it's supposed to be tied, but it's not. So like it looks like a bad cummerbund.
This guy looks mad he's wearing it.
Yeah.
He's like, who made me wear the Calgary one?
The sleeves are terrible also. The sleeves are not good either.
It's a lot. It almost looks like it's a University of Maryland or some sort of Maryland flag, like rip off with the colors.
Yeah.
All right. Did we all grade it?
Yeah, that's an F for me.
FF Schoolie, you want to go with the F club?
Yeah.
I just think they should have brought back the dragon on the front. That was one of my favorite jerseys.
F for what the fuck?
Canes.
I like.
So the Canes had a jersey like this before. They stuck the flag, kind of hurricane flags in the sea,
and they have them around the waist there.
Yeah, I actually think it's a pretty slick looking jersey.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was really cleaned up.
I give it a B+.
Yeah,
I give it a B.
Solid B for me here with the Canes. And I like that they do I know not a lot of people like the bolts or whatever, but I like that. When they spell out the nickname. Okay.
Chicago. I guess this is paying homage to one of their old jerseys that were just kind of plain. And that's what you get.
It's plain, but I thought it brought back some of the history. I kind of like it. I kind of give this a B+ because I thought even though it's plain, I like the striping and I like how it just goes with the arms like that. I give it a B+ on that one. Yeah,
I really like this because it's the old school kind of hockey sweater. It's got the stripes across it. It just says the city. The numbers are real big on the bicep. They're not up on the shoulder. They're on the bicep. I think it's really clean. But it's not super plain, and I think that like the black collar is pretty fire on it too. So, B+ for me here.
Yeah, it's okay. I think when you have that awesome logo with the Chiefs head, you got to use that. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. I'll give it a C.
It's on their shoulders, isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't that what's on their shoulders
up there.
Yeah,
but I think that's such a cool original. Logo that you got to keep it on there, but they've had a lot of different jerseys in Chicago, so probably run out of ideas.
That's the other
all right
thing.
This is Colorado's, isn't it?
Yes it is.
What were they doing?
I don't know.
Like they just completely abandoned their blue and went with a darker. Is there some sort of historic relevance to this?
I don't know enough about their history there. No, I don't know.
Quebec.
It looks like Pac-Man.
That's like the old Rockies logo. That's what I thought. This was like the original Rockies back in the day. That's what I thought. So, but still, it's way too much white, and the stripes are weird. The yellow and red. I don't. It just
I
makes me
don't get
think
where
of
the yellow comes from either. Because
ketchup and mustard.
yeah, I'm gonna give this one an F, Colorado.
Yeah, me too. It's another F for me here.
So it's pays tribute to the state flag and reintroduces the original jersey design worn by the first Avs player in the 1995 inaugural season.
They wore this jersey or this logo?
Apparently for their inaugural season.
I do not remember.
Between that and the state flag, but
yeah, I know that C's on the flag, but I know also it does have something to do with the original Rockies as well, because I heard that as well. So
all right, so I'll F.
Yeah, but
What do you guys give it?
F. Yeah,
that's a fail.
Straight F's. Columbus goes with the. Is that black and blue?
I think it's like a really dark navy.
It looks black on my screen, but I think
I don't like
it's
it.
like a two-tone, dark blue, light blue.
Yeah.
Just their. Is that their main logo or is that their shoulder logo? Second logo.
I think
That's
that's
their main
their
logo, isn't it?
current main logo, isn't it?
I don't know, but
I think
this
so.
jersey. I mean, I guess I give it a C. It's got a nice.
I give it a C only because I like the whole design. I just don't like the choice of colors. The two different colors of blue don't work here.
I like the stars.
Yeah, everything else about it I like. I even like how it's like kind of almost like a sweater inside of a sweater. If you guys see that, how it's got like the white stripes are almost like the outline of a small. You know what I'm saying?
I would have liked
You
to
guys
see
seen
more of the cannon.
Cannon.
That's kind of what I was hoping it would go for. Something with the cannon, something more of the blue jacket side of it. For me, it was a D.
Yeah.
Dallas Stars, known for doing some crazy jerseys. This just went back to this just reminds me of the Dallas Stars first jersey, I think.
Yeah.
See, this is almost like that last one to me. If you look at it, it's got like the black sweater with a white outline. So it's almost like there's that sweater that you just laid down on top of a green blanket or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd give this one a B. I kind of like it.
Yeah. But again, it's got the old Stars. It's almost like that. Yeah, that first season when they moved from being the North Stars.
It does seem to have that shimmer, that shine and shimmer that the Bolts Stadium Series jersey has.
Yep. It's probably got like
I give it a C only because I don't like that. I think the white outlining it doesn't do it any favors. I think they should have just left it.
Detroit, black and red, very similar to Chicago's.
Yeah,
very similar.
Yeah. Whereas I think Chicago, I don't know. It's hard to pick either one of these because I think they did such a good job with like an original like 20s, 1920s.
These are truly
1910s
retro.
Yeah. So I give this another
B for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Chicago's better, but I still like it. I think a B. I think the only difference is those top stripes. If you would have had some more top stripes there on the arm, so where it went all the way around.
Yeah.
I think they should have went with an all black jersey with the red D on the front.
The big D.
The Oilers bringing back this hideous monster. I mean, this is right up there with ours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a fried egg on their shirt.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's funny. I can't wait to see McDavid skating around in this thing.
F.
It looks like a Stadium Series jersey too, with those big ass numbers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a C. I don't know why I like it.
I can't send that logo.
All right, this one's gonna be controversial. This is like ESPN rated this one the number 1 jersey.
Yeah.
I think it looks like a joke that we made in 2015.
Yeah.
Didn't we make this jersey as a joke?
I've almost said it was really close to us making. Yeah, it was real close to this.
It looks cool, except for it looks like a difference between a hockey putter or a hockey stick. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, a golf putter. But I like it. I would have liked to see I'm not a big fan on the color scheme, but I would have liked to see the Lightning do something like this.
Yeah, why we didn't make our own logo? I think it's coming in the future. Probably the next time they do something like this, we'll see a version more like this for the Lightning. Personally, I really like the colors. And also being a Floridian, there's something about it that really reminds me of the flag, the state flag, the red and yellow stripes. That really, and
I thought the arms in the bottom.
blue. Yeah, even the light blue with the blue skies and like it just this to me screams Florida. It screams South Florida to me, and I dig it. I got to give this one an A.
Yeah, I give it an A too.
Yeah, I give it a minus because it's fucking the Panthers. So
I don't like it. I give it a C. I would like to see like the red and yellow has got to go. Like maybe make that like a pink if you want to go like full Miami like the Heat do, or make it black or white. I like the blue. I like the light blue, but I don't know. I think
I like the red and yellow because it's a state flag. You know, it reminds me of the Seals. So, hey.
The Kings bringing back the crown, bringing back the purple. That was all
Lakers.
Yeah, that was from the start of their franchise. They were purple. I am a big fan of just the black and silver Kings that Gretzky played on. So I was hoping for something in that era, but we got this. I could see a lot of gangsters around LA wearing this.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll give it a good B for that because it's got the bling on it.
Yeah, I gave it a G.
Yeah, this will sell. This will sell. I give it a C for Compton because that's where this is going to be sold at a lot. Nice. So, city of Compton. Anyway, I don't like it. I don't like anything Lakers colors. I think it's horrible. Get it off the screen.
Looks like there's no patches. There's no LA. There's no Kings. Like you just know. You see the crown, you know.
You just know.
You remember you used to see those crown air fresheners in the back of people's cars. And that's what it reminds me of. Like people are driving around with crown air fresheners.
Yeah. That sounds like in cabs.
All right, Minnesota got away from the dark green and they went with the ugliest green they could. This was probably a throwback to your Minnesota North Stars because it looks like a North Stars jersey with a wild logo on it with the colors. I think this one's cool.
Me too. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I like this one a lot.
B.
Yep.
Keeping it simple. Another team decided to go with the baby blues. Again, let's go back to their history. They've been around for 400 years.
Right.
So they still have the toilet bowl on the crest here, which I guess what else are they going to do?
Appropriate.
But, you know, at least they tried to do something a little bit different.
I give this an F. I think that is the ugliest. I think it looks like you're sleeping in that thing. It doesn't even look like a hockey sweater. It looks like literally she's got a sweater on top of her outfit. It's ugly.
They didn't do a very good job of putting an appropriate size sweater on their model. That's for sure on this one. But yeah, again, I don't like the middle of it's okay, like the band and where they have the logo. That's cool, but I don't understand the stripes on the bottom. It looks really weird there. How it
doesn't look like she has another shirt underneath it. It looks like that's the end of the jersey.
Yeah. It looks like it's too high. And then there's just it's like it's not enough and then too much at the same time. Too much for the color. Yeah, baby blue. I don't understand why the Hobbs are going baby blue.
I'm going D.
Yeah, me too. That's a D. They can take the D.
Yeah.
Nashville bringing back the saber-tooth tiger in the yellow jerseys. This is what I think about when I think about the Nashville Predators. Still.
Yeah, I give this an A.
I'll give it an A because I like that they went with the black there too.
Yep. Yeah, I think the only thing that would have been better on this is if the base was black instead of the yellow, and they did some of the yellow outline. Right. But I give that an A. I think that's sharp. I think that when you think of a predator, you want to be scared. I think that saber tooth really brings it out. I think it's good for them.
Yeah.
Listening.
Simmons like.
Yep.
I'm going B.
Yeah. I'm going to go an A on this one.
New Jersey, another team that decided to just pull in a random color into their jerseys. And again, I don't know the history of
random
jerseys,
from random
so
history.
Sure that's why. But I guess they couldn't do it. I think they did it last season. They brought back the Christmas red and green, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That's the move with the Devils. So I guess this was just a different version. I don't know. I want to see something scarier from the Devils. So I'm going with. I mean, it's a clean jersey, but it looks like it's already been someone's jersey if you slap on a different logo, right? It could be.
It almost looks like a Panthers sweater to me. Right, yeah. Really.
I'm going D.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the C just because I do like that logo. I think that logo is pretty fire. But other than that,
Andre Palat, by the way, starting to insert himself into the lineup.
For me, that's my birth date there. I definitely give that a D. I think that's hideous when you throw in some extra. And from what the team was saying, it's really was built for the Gen Zers and less against the history there. So I think if they would have done maybe just the red and white, it would have been good. Throwing in that yellow and that blue, I think is horrible.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like a Panther sweater.
Kelly says D for dirty. I like that. All right, Islanders. I mean, I remember this jersey from this must have been like the late '90s when they came out with the fisherman jersey, and I got to give it a solid B plus. I like that logo. I like that fisherman. It's a ridiculous,
I like the logo, but I hate the seatbelt over the lap there.
Yep, I don't like the straps. Yeah, me either. That's where I'm at. The stripe on the bottom, they're just getting cheeky with this skewed lines here. I don't like it. That's why I got to take it down to a C. I started a B with that logo, but the rest of it takes us down to a C for me.
New York Rangers bringing back Lady Liberty. A lot of 90s kind of remakes for some of these jerseys.
I love it. I love it. I say an A. I like it. I think that totally stands for New York there. You got the red, white, and blue. You got the Statue of Liberty. I like it. I think that does New York well.
I like the red sleeves too.
I
wonder if they'll go red gloves. Probably not. I think
probably blue.
Stick with blue. But yeah, I mean, I'll give this a B.
Yeah, I give it a B. I mean, I like it, but it almost kind of just looks like a T-shirt at the same time. So,
Ottawa Senators. This looks like what they wore in the '90s too.
Yeah, I like this one. The stripe is a little bit more meaningful. It's like it seems more intent with the way they designed it. And I mean, I love the old Roman Centurion Senator logo. I like that a lot. This is a B for me here.
Mine's a C, and it's only because of that line that's coming there from near the bottom of it. I just don't understand that one.
Yeah. Well, I think it wraps around and it comes from the back too, if you can see kind of below her hand there. So they don't give a lot of angles, unfortunately.
Philly went white, and
I thought it was nothing special. Yeah,
I thought this like
jersey.
Yeah, it's exactly. I feel like this is what they wear right now at home. So
yeah, I said F. I didn't. I was like, there ain't really no retro there.
It kind of has like a '70s kind of, I guess, like
the sleeves a little bit. But
I guess I don't know. It's a C though. It's nothing great about it. Pittsburgh. So again, another '90s. I mean, I give this one an A. I remember watching Yager and Lemieux wearing that. I don't know what they call this penguin, but I'm sure they got some sort of kooky name for it. I think it's a cool logo. I think it's a cool jersey.
Again, though, here's my only problem is it's got that same feel to it where with that yellow stripe on the bottom, that it makes it look like you have a yellow shirt underneath it, and like the bottom of the sweater is actually where that black part is under the white. Other than that, I like everything about it. So A- for me here.
For me, it's a B. But same reasoning. It looks like there's a yellow shirt underneath it.
A lot of fans in the chat of this one. And here we have the Sharks going radically different. Must be some sort of throwback, a crazy looking teal and
almost like the Chargers.
The Seals too, I think, right? Wasn't
is that what it was? So
San Jose Seals, I think, had that color, but yeah.
Those colors are just like off 70s. Teal and off yellow.
Yeah, it's like 70s, early 80s.
I hate this jersey.
I don't like it at all.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's a D for me.
I want to give it an F. I feel like the Sharks could do so much better, like bring back that classic 90s design, although it hasn't really changed much since then, just a little bit. But I think the Sharks could have done something more. Schoolie, what'd you give it?
D.
Yeah, give it a D.
All right, the reverse retro for the team that's been around for one season. What do? You just make yourself a third jersey, and that's what they did.
And I think they did it the right way, and I like this a lot. Like, I'm in for this. If I was a Kraken fan, this would be the sweater that I got and that I wore on a regular basis. I give this an A.
I think they missed the homage to the Metropolitans that they really could have used the red S, whose names are on the Stanley Cup. So there was some history they could have used there. I love this jersey, don't get me wrong, but I think they could have went. I really like Seattle's scheme there, the color scheme, but I really thought they could have done some homage to the Metropolitans, and they could have really sold some jerseys that way.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a hard time selling this one anyways, but I know.
No, but I thought it would have been great for the – I mean, you have a whole bunch of new fans there. I thought it would have been great to be able to link the two from the old time and now and be able to teach the people about the Metropolitans.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least – go ahead.
I give it a C because they should have Bowie right on the cover here.
No, actually, you know what? I like the A. You know, at least they didn't go Supersonics. Because they could have gone and taken basically the same color as Minnesota, and they could have done something with the Sonics, the basketball team, or something like that too.
Then
so I feel like they didn't go way out of left field. And like I said, I like this one a lot because the stripings. I think the stripes on this is some of the best out of all the ones we've seen so far. With the big, fat black one, and then the reverse. Exactly.
They could have thrown some silver on there and did homage to the Seahawks also. And they did. And so I like that they're sticking with their own, but I would have liked to see homage.
There's no homage here.
Yeah.
No homage.
St. Louis Blues, another blockbuster special here. For some reason, I like this jersey.
I do too.
I'm here for this one. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm here for it.
I would wear this jersey, but I don't want anything to do with the Blues. But this looks like a bootleg Blues jersey that you buy and they like downtown St. Louis, like trying to get back to your hotel.
Like right underneath the Gateway Arch and shit, right? Just come out of the Gateway Arch. Hey, you want a Blues jersey, man?
$60.
Listen, I like the 8th note. It's really cool, and the really retro way of just spelling out the team in the name. And the stripes are just
appropriate. They're near the bottom.
Yeah. Just short of being too busy. So I like it.
Did that one. Toronto Maple Leafs managed to do the laziest ass job you could ever do here. They're just like, hey, here we go. Let's just submit something. It needs to be in by 9:30 a.m.
Well, okay. And so what I don't understand here is that a lot of the other ones I've seen are clearly the models wearing a hoodie underneath it. Is
looks
this
like
one
a hoodie.
actually a hoodie?
It looks like a hoodie, doesn't it?
I think this one actually has the hood. I can't tell because they don't give us enough angles. But also, this poor model.
Mm-hmm. No, it does have a hood. You can see the top part of it is.
I mean, you can still see the neck there.
Blue.
You can still see the collar, but it could be. But anyways, this poor actor or this poor model, he got the other crappy one earlier.
Yeah.
Got this one now. This one is, I mean, I like the white shoulders and the sleeves overall. I like that, but the front of it, I'm like, okay, wow, I've seen this 100 times.
Yeah.
No effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was plain.
D. Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Whose jersey is this even?
Oh, wait, who are we just on?
We're on Toronto. This is it's Vancouver's.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome.
Yeah. Look, and you can see the model finally.
Hockey playing lumberjack.
Yeah.
Right on top.
And the model is like, finally, I got some respect on this fucking hood, on this sweater. Hell yeah.
I like the colors. I give this an A. I like
Me
the colors.
too. I give this an A.
Yeah, I give it an A. I thought it was
the stripes, the logo. I like the 22 on the chest right there. Yep.
We did that. Remember? We did that for like a season or two.
Yep.
You'll never get a jersey like this, so I think it's gonna sell big, especially Adidas's last year. I think this is gonna go well.
This looks like a throwback jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely A. Vegas, another team that you just had to throw something out there. I think they did okay. I think this
glow in the dark.
They went. The Vegas glows in the dark, so that's cool. But then it looks like they just went through an old Canucks rummage sale. Like, oh, you guys aren't using these colors anymore. We'll use them. Cool. Yeah, we'll just use this because you guys aren't using
your lumberjack guy.
Yeah. Right? This looks like right out of the Canucks of the 90s.
I don't like the font, but I guess they were going for that kind of regal
calligraphy style. Yeah, but
like
then the numbers don't match
big
to me.
And chunky, so you can see it.
Yeah, the numbers don't match. I don't know. I give this a C.
I gave it a D. That's because it glows in the dark. That's why they didn't get an F.
That's cool. Oh, more teams should do that. I guess I'm guessing just the white here. And
it is. It's
just the Vegas word. Just the word Vegas.
Washington Capitals throwing back to the screaming eagle here.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like the logo, and I like the way that these stripes seem intentional, where it goes from one sleeve down and up, and it matches the same angle as the logo of the eagle and comes up on the other sleeve. This is an A for me, and this is a home run. Yeah, Capitals in there, like the way they added the Capitals. This is a home run for me. This is an A.
Yep, same.
Yeah, I'll give this one a B. I actually have the Capitals jersey that had the capital on it, which is kind of the same base as this, except it comes straight across.
Yeah, it's just a straight. Yeah.
But I do like that screaming eagle. For folks that didn't listen to like the first episode of this podcast, I grew up going to Washington Capitals games before I lived here. So this is very similar to what they were wearing back in those days. Again, the 90s.
Yeah.
Very themed set here with the Reverse Retros. Winnipeg Jets. I think this is it. Winnipeg went to that another baby blue. Let's get as much baby blue as we can in here.
I actually like this though. I think it's kind of plain, but I think it also goes together perfectly. Where
it's a logo, right?
Yeah, and it's got the little jet there at the front coming out of the hockey stick that uses the J. I think it's pretty good. I give it a B.
I give this a B plus. I'm a fan of this one.
I give it an A. I'm ordering it right now.
Do it. I like the collar on this one a lot too.
That's it. That's
that.
Went through all the jerseys, and oh wait, there's nobody still watching.
I was gonna say riveting content.
Yeah, for all the people on the podcast version, probably should have told you this at the beginning of this segment. Go watch the replay on Facebook or YouTube. You can follow along with us.
We'll skip ahead to 30 minutes.
So, do you guys have anything else before we jump into the challenge and get out of here?
No, challenge.
I don't think so.
Going to work tonight.
Yeah. What do you guys think you did on last week's challenge? And by the way, we need somebody in the chat to play this week. So if you're ready to answer 3 questions, press the number 2 in the chat, and the first one we see is going to participate on behalf of the Thunder, because we're keeping track all season long. After 1 week of play, we had 3 categories. Number 1 was, who is the highest scoring player of the Lightning going to be this week? Does anyone know who that was?
Oh, was that a point?
No, sir.
It was Stamkos.
No, sir.
Kucherov.
Oh, Kuch, because
Kucherov couldn't buy a goal this week,
but
he could deliver those assists all week long. He had 5. I guessed Kuch. I guessed he would have 6 points, though. He was supposed to get an empty netter at the end of Saturday night, but he hit the post. So I only got 1 point there. Record this week, the Lightning went 2-1. And my guess was 2-1. The Thunder also guessed 2-1. So a point for me, a point for the Thunder there. And then the final one was, who's going to get the most penalty minutes over the week? And it was 2 players tied with 5 minutes. 2 guys that got in a fight, Maroon and Perry. Nobody said Perry, but Schooley, you said Maroon. So you get a point this week. So that puts our grand total after week number 1. Shooter in the lead. I have 2 points. The Thunder, that's you guys all out there. I think Steve's going to represent this week. Has 1 point. Schooley's got 1. Stash didn't get on the board this week. But hey, guess what? We got like 20 more weeks to go.
5. Yeah.
You'll do it, little buddy. All right, so this week we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do most goals this week, not points like we did last week. Goals. So you can name the player. You can also guess the number of goals that they will have for an extra point. We'll start with Stash since he was the biggest loser.
I prefer a weakest link. Thank you.
Goodbye.
I think it's going to be Cooch. He's going to finally break out, and I think those A's are going to start turning into G's, and I think he'll have 3 goals in the next 3 games.
I think Pointer with 4.
Pointer with 4. Steve, I saw you respond. Who you got? I'll go ahead and take. You know what? I'm gonna take Alex Killorn.
Nice.
With 3.
All right.
He's a streaky player. You guys know it. He's a streaky player. Once he scores 1, he's gonna score a couple more. So
Mandingo and Hagel with 3.
Hagel with 3. All right, so that category's done. We'll move on to the next category. Which player is going to lead the Lightning in hits this week? That's right, body-to-body contact. They track that during these hockey games here. What do you say, boys? Hits, don't give me a number, just give me a player.
Hits.
Body checks. Body rolls.
I'm going to go.
Make it simpler.
No.
I'm going to go Chernak.
Chernak.
I'm going to go Foot.
Steve's going Paul.
By the way, Chernak is back for this California trip.
He was on the ice yesterday.
Yeah.
Or today, I mean.
Today.
That's you're going Foot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go, I guess Sergey. Let's go Sergey. All right, and finally, record this week. There are 3 games this week, all on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
We can all pick the same one for this one if we want to, because there's only so many possibilities here.
Yeah, I think like we were talking about earlier, I think ideally we'd like to go 3-0 on this trip, but I think 2-1 would be great. Maybe a 2-0-1. Overtime loss would be probably the most ideal. So I'll say that 2-0-1. Yeah.
I'm saying 2-1.
2-1, and Steve representing the Thunder. 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 again. Let's let it ride another week. I'll be feeling pretty good about the Lightning if they can finish off the month going 2-1 on this road trip. All right, that sets us up for another week of Lightning hockey. Don't forget, you got the late games this week, Tuesday and Wednesday out in Southern California. And then you got the Sharks at 4:30. And I believe we are back to our normally scheduled programming of complaining about Bally Sports broadcasts.
Correct.
I love Bally Sports, so
Yes.
screw you guys.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out real quick to Syracuse Crunch. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to them, if anybody's seen Felix Roberts, who plays for the Crunch. He's actually the AHL leader in points, the AHL leader in goals. He had a hat trick the other night. He's sitting with points on 9 for the season so far, 5 goals. And then Alex Bure-Boulay has the most assists. So some of our guys sitting here in the Crunch has that is the leaders in 3 of the top categories over in the AHL. So their record, they're sitting on 4 points. They're 1-1-2, I believe it is. Let me pull it up. Yep, 1-1-2. So sitting on 4 points, but good job for the Crunch over there. And it's nice to see the Lightning this season re-up their contract with the Crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Sash, you got anything for the people?
I mean, love each other and love hockey, and that's really all. Oh, and listen, if you're going out to dinner in a restaurant, I don't care where it is, try and pay attention to using a fucking inside voice, please. Please use an inside voice when you go out to dinner, because you never know who else is out there and trying to have a nice dinner themselves. And not everyone needs to hear about your fucking naked starfish maneuver when it gets too hot. Okay. Yes, I'm talking from personal experience.
Tune in next
is
week
something
for
I
more
overheard.
information, folks.
Something I overheard at dinner from a table next to me over the weekend.
Conversation at Burns?
Absolutely. I didn't really want to bring it in. I'm not going to bring it up because it was not the experience I was hoping for. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, folks, come on. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, a bar is a completely different situation. You know what I'm talking about, especially if it's a sports bar. I'm talking about going down and people are playing and on average $100 a chair for a meal. Maybe you guys have a little bit of fucking, you know, respect for the people around you. And if you have a table of 8 and you want to go out for somebody's birthday party, book a private room, or you know what I'm saying? Like go someplace that has a private room. You know, I mean, come on. I'm just saying it's whatever, man. I was going to try not to say anything, but you gave me an open mic and I had to take it. And it's, you know, I'm over it, but you know, that's all I got to say. Don't be an asshole. Inside voices, folks.
Enjoy a wonderful week of hockey. Hey, make sure you follow at We the Thunder Pod on Twitter because I might fire up some sort of YouTube watch along for the late night games like we have done before. But if I do, it's going to be spur of the moment and probably on Tuesday night tomorrow. So make sure you follow us. Thank you for all your support. This has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to
be the Thunder.
That's it?